Hiya folks, JD here, and as I'm waiting for the second batch of quadcopters to come from overseas, I thought we'd have a little revisit of this guy. So this little guy is the magnificent egg that we looked at a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, he just blew me away. This thing is absolutely incredibly good. So what I thought we'd do today is we'd go back, we'd have a little look at this, and see whether the original judgments that I made are exactly the same. As we all know, if you haven't seen the original video, I will link it below. But just to let you know that it's pretty much all I knew about it when I first flew it. It's an egg. The propeller arms clip into the egg. To release them, you push on the on button and keep your finger down, and then as you saw, all the propeller arms just pop open. They are spring loaded. When you do take off, the spring does automatically move a little bit, and this then helps to give the quadcopter a bit of a gap between the plastic here and the propeller. Transmitter, I thought was going to be terrible, which is this guy, but it wasn't. It was absolutely brilliant. So I'm just going to take it back out again. It's been a few weeks since we originally tested it. Let's see if it still holds up. Alright, so let's put you there. No, let's put you there. There we go. So I think the worst thing about this that I remember is that when I landed it, it doesn't land on its landing sprig, on its base, because of, I'm guessing, because of the weight either side of the propellers stopping as well. It just goes and it falls over. But that's okay. That's not terrible. So what we've done, we've just bound it to the quadcopter. You can see the flashing lights are now solid. Let's just take off, if I remember. Yeah, it's that one. And then up. Now, look at this guy. This guy is fantastic. Altitude hold. There is a camera model. This, unfortunately, is not the camera model. But all in all, just really good. And that blue light, he has a blue light on the front which denotes the front. Normally you could see it from the camera. But that blue light, which you can't see up close, really stands out the further away that you get. So again, it's a little bit confusing as to why that happens, but it just works really well. And this guy zooms along. Absolutely zooms along. There's an insane amount of fun you can have with this little guy, and it's insane to think that you're flying an egg as well, I think. But he spins on a dime, he turns on a dime. There's absolutely no issue with the transmitter at all here. Any sort of way that you push this quadcopter to go, if you'd stop it, if you were to go further up, or if you were to drop it down, it just does it in a heartbeat. Excellent. All in all, I think it was Deng, if I remember. Yes, it was Deng that manufactured this. And I don't know what they were thinking when they thought they would do an egg, but I tell you what, it was most definitely a good thing to do. Very good decision. Lovely little bit of kit, this. Fair play. So just bumped it up now, another speed mode. And yeah, he's just great. He really is good fun. He turns, spins really well, gets back up to where he should be within a matter of seconds. Doesn't overturn. Just enough, just more than enough. And he spins rather than turns, which is really good. Which is, again, so refreshing every now and again to just fly something which is totally different. And what's more different than an egg? Oh, overshot it then a bit. Wonderful. And I mean, it's been a couple of weeks since we've flown this, and again, not finding any issues with. No, it just seems to be seems to be enjoying himself. I still maintain that the motors in this do sound like a bunch of angry banshees, especially when you turn direction and the pitch alters. But yeah, it's just solid fun, and that's what you want. That's what you want. So you spinning again, no issues with spinning him one way and then stopping him, spinning him the next way. Yeah, just wonderful. Now let's have a little look at that landing. So push the same button as we did to take off, and that then should land him. But I'm sure you're about to see what I was talking about. He'll go down and then he'll fall over. There we go. Which isn't, you know, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. You've just got to maintain, you just got to remember that when he comes down, he is going to fall over. You can't start the motors and then go straight back up. You have got to pick him up. You have got to pick him up and then put him back down. And then we should be good to fly again. Up we go. But there's no configuration errors with this. I haven't had to recalibrate the quadcopter from the original calibration. I should have by rights done it today, but I just wanted to see exactly whether or not he would fly the same way he did as I remembered, and he does. All in all, really, really, really good fun. And of course, of his size, it does mean that he is an indoor-outdoor quadcopter, so you can fly him indoors as well as out if your place is big enough and if your dogs don't try to bite it, like mine do. Yeah, I mean, I try not to fly anything indoors. I gave this a little bit of a go, and it works really well. Again, the altitude hold, obviously when you're outside, you have, even when there's no breeze like today, there's always a breeze when it comes to a quadcopter. So you're always going to get a little bit of movement, which is fine. You can always try and trim it up and see if you can get rid of that movement. I've never found it to be 100% successful, but it's just really, it's just more of a, I think of it as more of a safety feature, that if anything was to happen to the transmit, if you were to drop it or anything like that, then the quadcopter doesn't go sailing off. It just kind of stops where it is. It's also a pretty good feature to learn with as well, but don't just learn purely on an altitude hold quadcopter. Learn on a quadcopter without altitude hold as well. But yeah, all in all, again, really, really satisfied with this guy. Overly satisfied with him, to be honest. I think he only cost me a couple of quid as well. It was like 25, 26 pound, I think. It's, yeah, incredible, incredible. But yeah, just all in all, really, really fun. Alright, let's bring him down. The lights are flashing, and I don't want this guy, as he's an egg, to fall on the floor and then smash. There we go. Thoughts on this second flight, or the first flight? I didn't know what to expect. The second flight, I knew exactly what to expect, and to be honest with you, it works really, really well still. So, a couple of things. Obviously, you know, with the landing, we've looked at that, and the fact that it is going to fall over once it lands. But the flight is just so refreshing from something so cheap, because it doesn't take any, it seems as if it's effortless. It really does. It seems as if every single movement this makes it's capable of more. It just isn't giving you the more. Turning again isn't an issue. Altitude holds him there. Obviously this isn't a camera model, so there isn't a camera right there. And I don't have a camera small enough to go on this. Maybe I'll have to invest in one and then give it a try. But all in all, excellent, really good, and I would recommend this to absolutely anybody. So there we are, folks. Thanks ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD. You've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.